Have you ever been walking through your home, no obstacles in your way, no distractions, and suddenly felt yourself stumble for no reason at all? That moment where your heart skips, your body tightens, and you think, what just happened? If that's ever happened to you, you're not alone. I remember the exact moment it happened to me. I was just walking through my kitchen. Nothing unusual, just an ordinary afternoon. Then, without warning, I tripped. No cord, no rug, no shoes untied. I caught myself, thankfully, but that tiny incident stayed with me. Because the question that echoed in my mind afterward was quiet, but serious. What if I hadn't caught myself? What if I had fallen? It wasn't just about losing my balance. It was about what losing balance really means. Losing confidence, losing independence, and worst of all, risking injury. And I learned something that day. Balance isn't just something we lose overnight. It fades little by little, often because of small habits we don't even notice. The good news? Many of these habits can be changed, starting today. So let's talk about the things no one tells you about balance. Because doctors now say that nearly 97% of older women, 97 out of 100, will experience some form of balance issue as they age. That number stunned me. But what gives me hope is this. Most of those issues aren't just aging. They're rooted in everyday things we can adjust, improve, or stop doing altogether. I want to share with you the stories and habits that women just like you and me have lived through. And we're going to start with one that seems so simple you might not even think about it. Let me introduce you to Elaine. Elaine is 76, lives in Texas, and until a year ago, she believed she was doing just fine. She drank her morning tea, had a cup of coffee in the afternoon, and sipped a little water with dinner. Nothing felt off until one day she stood up from her favorite chair and had to grab the wall. Everything tilted for a moment. Just a few seconds, but enough to leave her shaken. At first, she thought it was just normal aging. But when her doctor asked how much actual water she was drinking, she didn't have a clear answer. That's when she learned the truth. Dehydration, even mild dehydration, can affect your balance. It can make you dizzy, disoriented, and tired, especially when you stand up. You see, as we get older, our bodies don't send the same strong thirst signals they used to. Even if we don't feel thirsty, we can still be running low on fluids. And drinks like tea and coffee, especially with caffeine, can actually dehydrate us more. Elaine was getting less than 4 cups of water a day, far below what her body needed. So she made a small change. She started keeping a notepad by her fridge and marked down every glass she drank. She aimed for 6 to 8 cups of actual water a day, not counting her tea or soda. And what happened? She had more energy, fewer headaches. She felt steadier. She started sleeping better. That little wobble when standing? Gone. If you're not drinking enough water, your entire system, especially the parts responsible for balance, can suffer. So do yourself a favor. Keep a water bottle where you can see it. Add a slice of lemon or a sprig of mint if it helps you enjoy it more. Hydration might seem simple, but it's one of the easiest and most powerful ways to support your balance and protect yourself from falls. Now let me tell you about Diane. Diane is 71 and lives in Ohio. Her story hit me hard because it's something so many of us can relate to. She's lived in her house for over 30 years. She knows every corner, every step, every little bump in the floor. Or so she thought. One morning, Diane was carrying a basket of laundry down the hallway. Her arms were full. She stepped forward and her foot caught the edge of a rug she'd walked over 1,000 times. This time, though, she twisted her ankle. It didn't break, thank goodness, but the swelling kept her off her feet for 2 weeks. What happened? Diane realized her home, this place that had always felt safe, had slowly become a minefield. A dim light in the hallway. A loose mat in the bathroom. A step from the garage that was just a little too high. When she finally took a fresh look around, not with her eyes but with safety in mind, she saw the truth. She didn't need to remodel her entire house. Just a few thoughtful changes. She removed that rug, added a grab bar in the bathroom, replaced dim bulbs with bright, warm LEDs, and bought a nightlight for the hallway. These weren't big investments, but they gave her something she hadn't felt in a long time: peace of mind. Here's the thing, we all get used to our homes, but our bodies change. And what felt easy at 50 might be a risk at 70. Taking a few moments to look around, really look, can make a world of difference. Think about where you walk every day. Are there dark corners? Loose rugs? Things you have to bend down for? Make the space fit your body, not the other way around. And then there's Linda, from Oregon. Linda is 68, a proud gardener, and someone who always believed that staying active just meant staying busy. She took walks, cleaned the house, worked in the yard. She figured that was enough. But then one day, she sat down in her favorite chair and had trouble getting back up. She had to push with both hands. That's when she realized her muscles had weakened, quietly, slowly, over the years. Many of us don't realize that after age 50, we start losing muscle every single year. And not just a little, enough to make daily movement harder without us even noticing. Until one day, we feel it. Getting out of a chair, climbing stairs, catching ourselves when we stumble. But here's the best part. Muscle loss is not final. It can be reversed at any age. Linda didn't join a gym. She didn't buy expensive weights. She picked up a pair of light dumbbells from the store and kept them by the couch. She did arm curls while watching TV, wall push-ups, seated leg lifts, even just standing up and sitting down without using her arms. Within weeks, she felt stronger. She stood up more easily. She walked up hills without dreading them. Most importantly, her body could respond again. You know that feeling when you trip and your body just doesn't catch up fast enough? That's what strength brings back, the ability to recover in the moment. And it's not just physical. Feeling strong changes your confidence. You start doing things you'd been avoiding. You stop second-guessing yourself. You feel capable again. 10 minutes, 3 times a week. That's all it takes. You don't need to sweat. You just need to show up for yourself. Your strength isn't gone. It's waiting. And now, as we take a breath together, I want you to think about something. When was the last time you really felt strong on your feet? Not just steady, but powerful? Because that feeling is not behind you. It's still ahead. Let's keep walking toward it, one step at a time. There's something about getting older that no one quite prepares you for. It's not just the gray hairs or the creaky knees. It's how quickly we start blaming everything on just getting old. Like when Joan, who's 70 and lives in Florida, started feeling a little off every time she stood up from the couch. At first, she brushed it off. Maybe she was tired, maybe she hadn't eaten enough. But then it happened again. And again. One evening, she stood up too quickly and the whole room seemed to tilt. She had to grab the coffee table to keep from falling. That was her moment, the one where she stopped ignoring the signs and started asking questions. She looked at her prescription bottle and there it was, printed clearly, "May cause dizziness." A medication she had started just weeks earlier for blood pressure was doing more than helping her heart. It was quietly messing with her balance. As we age, our bodies process medication differently. What worked for us at 50 might be too strong at 70. And when we're taking multiple medications, which many of us are, the side effects can sneak up, sometimes combining in ways even our doctors might not catch right away. That's why Joan decided to bring a full list of every medication, vitamin, and supplement she was taking to her doctor's office. Not just the prescription ones, even the over-the-counter stuff. And you know what? Her doctor adjusted the dose, and just like that, the dizziness vanished. It's easy to dismiss those little off-balance moments, but your body is talking to you. It's asking for help. Listening isn't weakness, it's wisdom. And if something doesn't feel right, it's not being dramatic to speak up. It's being proactive. Because falls don't ask permission. They happen fast. And the best time to prevent them is before they do. That brings me to Susan. She's 69 and lives in North Carolina. Susan had always thought of herself as reasonably steady. She walked daily, did light stretching, and had no trouble getting around the grocery store. Then one day, she decided to try a local wellness class at the community center. Nothing intense, just a light movement class. She figured it'd be mostly chair exercises or gentle yoga. But then the instructor asked them to stand on one leg. And Susan? She couldn't do it for more than 3 seconds. That moment shook her confidence, but it also opened her eyes. She realized she'd never actually practiced balance. She had assumed it would just always be there, like breathing or blinking. The truth is, balance fades if we don't actively maintain it. Our ankles stiffen. Our core muscles weaken. Our inner ear and brain don't process motion the same way. It doesn't mean we're fragile. It just means we need to train differently. Susan started small. She stood on one foot while brushing her teeth. She practiced walking heel to toe down her hallway. She shifted her weight from side to side while holding onto the back of a chair. No fancy equipment. No gym membership. Just a few minutes, a few times a week. And slowly, she felt it. Her body got better at adjusting. Her steps felt more certain. She stopped fearing the curbs outside her apartment. What Susan discovered is something powerful. Balance can be trained. Even at 60, 70, 80, and beyond, your body is still capable of learning. It's like anything else. It needs attention and repetition. And here's the most beautiful part. When you start to feel more balanced, everything else feels easier too. Standing, turning, dancing, living. Now let's talk about Carol. Carol is 72, lives in Arizona, and she's always been a shoe lover. She loved her ballet flats, those simple soft slip-ons that felt easy to wear and stylish. She wore them everywhere, to the market, on walks, even around the house. But one afternoon, walking near her neighborhood garden, she caught the edge of a pavement crack and nearly flew face first into a rose bush. That close call scared her. And it made her think. She realized her feet had changed. Her arches weren't the same. The padding at the bottoms had thinned. The way her legs responded to sudden shifts was slower. Those shoes she'd loved for years weren't helping anymore. They were quietly putting her at risk. She began to learn what a good shoe really means after 60. A firm, non-slip sole. Structure that supports the ankle. Padding that cushions and protects. A fit that doesn't slip or squeeze. She found a pair she liked, soft gray, supportive, with a subtle floral pattern that made her smile. Stylish, yes, but also stable. And she didn't stop there. She replaced her slick-bottomed house slippers with indoor shoes that had grip. Not heavy boots, just something sturdy. And the difference? She stopped tripping on the rug corner in the hallway. She stood taller. She walked more confidently. It's easy to think shoes are just about comfort or fashion. But after a certain age, they become something more. They're your foundation. And if your foundation is weak, everything above it becomes unstable too. Choosing the right shoe isn't about giving up on style. It's about choosing safety and confidence. Now I want to tell you about Nancy. She's 74, lives in Pennsylvania. And for the longest time, she prided herself on being independent. She moved around her house without help. Sure, she might reach for the back of a chair once in a while or steady herself on the kitchen counter, but that was just habit, right? It wasn't until she was carrying a full basket of laundry and had no free hand to grab furniture that it hit her, literally. She shifted her weight just slightly on the hardwood floor and nearly went down. That scared her more than she expected. She realized she'd been relying on walls and furniture as silent supports. And that's when she heard the term furniture walking. Many older adults do it without even thinking. reaching from countertop to chair to doorway instead of using a proper support. It feels innocent, even clever. But it's a red flag. It means your body is asking for help, and you're not giving it the right kind. Nancy went out that week and bought a cane. Not because she was weak, but because she was wise. She chose one that suited her style, lightweight, floral, and easy on the hand. And something beautiful happened. Instead of feeling old or embarrassed, she felt empowered. She wasn't grabbing at furniture anymore. She walked taller, moved steadier, felt freer. Using a cane isn't giving up. It's taking control. It's saying, my safety matters. And when you feel safe, you move more. You do more. You fear less. That's not defeat, it's strength. It's funny how each of these women, Joan, Susan, Carol, Nancy, had their moment. That one time something small happened that changed how they thought about balance. But the truth is, those moments could happen to any of us. And when they do, we get to decide what comes next. You are not powerless in this. You have options. You have tools. You have the ability to move through the world with confidence again. And even if it's been a while since you felt sure on your feet, it's not too late to change that. You're still capable. You're still strong. And you're not walking this road alone. Sometimes the things we overlook the most are the things we depend on the most. Like our eyesight. Marion, who's 75 and lives in Michigan, used to think she was just a little clumsy at night. She didn't want to disturb her husband by turning on the bathroom light in the middle of the night, so she'd tiptoe carefully, relying on memory and the dim glow from the hallway. Until one night, she missed the edge of a small throw rug and landed hard on her knee. It took over a week before she could walk without limping. But it wasn't just the physical pain that stayed with her. It was the realization that her vision, even though it seemed fine, wasn't helping her the way it used to. She hadn't updated her glasses in 4 years. She figured, why bother? She could still read, still watch TV. But after that fall, she finally scheduled an eye exam. And wouldn't you know, it turned out her prescription had changed, subtly but significantly. Our eyes do more than just help us read labels and recognize faces. They help us judge distance, detect shadows, spot steps, and sense space. When our vision changes, even just a little, it can throw off our brain's ability to know where we are in the world. Suddenly, that last step off the porch feels deeper. That hallway corner feels closer than it really is. And all it takes is one misjudged inch to send us to the floor. Marion not only updated her glasses, she also added anti-glare coating and improved lighting throughout her home. She plugged in nightlights in the bedroom, hallway, and bathroom. Just a soft, warm glow that guided her safely. And the result? No more tripping. No more bumping into corners. And perhaps most importantly, a newfound confidence when moving through the house, even in the dark. Your eyesight matters to your balance more than you think. If your glasses are scratched, outdated, or just not doing their job anymore, it's not something to put off. Taking care of your vision is taking care of your footing. Now, I want to bring you back to something that might sound small, but had a surprisingly big impact for one woman named Diane. She's 71 and lives in Ohio. You might remember her from earlier. She tripped over a hallway rug while carrying laundry. That incident led her to reevaluate her entire home. And what she discovered was that many parts of her house, which had once felt like a haven, had quietly become hazards. That's something we don't often notice. We get used to the way things are. That lamp cord we step over. That little step from the garage into the kitchen. The slippery bathroom tiles. We know our homes by heart, until one day our bodies can't keep up with them the way they used to. Diane decided to do a simple walkthrough of her home with safety in mind. Not a full renovation, just thoughtful tweaks. She removed rugs that curled at the edges. She installed grab bars in the bathroom, near the toilet and inside the shower. She added motion sensor lights in the hallway, raised the most used pots and pans to waist height, and stopped storing things where she had to bend or stretch dangerously to reach them. These weren't dramatic changes, but the results were. No more near falls while carrying groceries. No more awkward reaching that strained her back. Just ease and peace of mind. When your environment supports you, you move differently. You move freely, without bracing for what might go wrong. Which brings us back to something that often gets ignored, the role of hydration. We talked about Elaine earlier, the woman who didn't realize her 3 cups of tea and a little water at dinner weren't enough to keep her body balanced. It's easy to forget. After all, we don't always feel thirsty like we used to. But dehydration can sneak up, causing dizziness, fatigue, and even confusion. Elaine started with something simple. She kept water visible, on her nightstand, in her purse, by her chair. She added lemon slices to make it more enjoyable. And she tracked it. Just a check mark on a notepad. Within days, she noticed her afternoon slump disappearing, her energy returning. And best of all, no more unsteady moments when standing up. Hydration supports every system in your body, especially the ones that help you stay upright. So even if it feels like a small act, drinking enough water is a quiet form of self-care that pays off in big ways. Now let's circle back to one last story, one that ties everything together. Susan, who started practicing balance exercises after realizing she couldn't stand on one leg, told me something I'll never forget. She said, "I used to walk around my house like I was tiptoeing on a tightrope. Now I walk like I own the floor." That change didn't come overnight. It came from attention, from doing a little bit every day, from understanding that balance isn't a gift, it's a practice. Whether it's updating your glasses, switching out your shoes, lifting light weights while watching TV, or simply drinking more water, these actions add up. They remind your body that you care. They send a message to your brain, I'm still here. I'm still strong. I'm still moving forward. And let me tell you something, you are not behind. You're not too late. You're right on time. Because the best time to take back your balance is now. I want you to know, truly know, that none of this makes you weak. Making changes, asking for help, choosing safety over pride, those are acts of strength, of courage, of wisdom. If you've ever skipped a walk because you were afraid of tripping, if you've ever hesitated at the top of the stairs, your hand gripping the rail a little tighter, if you've ever said to yourself, what if I fall and no one's there? I hear you, and you're not alone. Every woman you've heard about today, Elaine, Diane, Linda, Joan, Susan, Carol, Marion, Nancy, they've all stood where you are. They've all faced those quiet questions, and they've all found ways, small but powerful, to step forward again. So can you. Here's what I'd love for you to do next. Think about just one small change you can make today. Not next week. Not after the holidays. Today. Maybe it's booking that eye exam. Maybe it's switching out those old slippers. Maybe it's standing up and sitting down 5 times in a row just to remind your muscles they're still alive and working. Then, come down to the comments and share it. Let me know what surprised you most, what you're going to try, what's holding you back, and what you're ready to take back. I read every comment. And your story? It might be the exact thing another woman needs to hear today. And if this video helped you, if it made you think, or breathe easier, or feel just a little braver, please tap that like button. And if you want more videos like this, full of real talk, practical tips, and a whole lot of encouragement for living strong at any age, hit subscribe. You'll be joining a community of women who are done with fear and ready to rise, together. You've carried yourself through so much. You've raised families, built homes, made sacrifices. Now it's your time to feel steady, secure, and strong. Not just in body, but in heart. Here's to your next chapter. One where you walk with power, move with purpose, and live with peace. because you deserve it.